We have heard a lot about Israel being advanced.
It's very encouraging. There's a buzz to the startup nation.
There was a lot of possibilities, meeting startups, meeting VCs, meeting investors.
I think it was the best week of the year.
My name is Julia Beaver.
My name is Alexander Kiritzis.
I'm Tom.
My name is Utku Giran, CEO and co-founder at Heidi Imaging.
I'm CEO and co-founder of Miracle.
I'm the CEO of Therapet.
My name is Joanna Liedonier, and together with Roland, we co-founded Healthy Longer.
The Lean Launchpad is a program offered by InnoSwiss for Swiss entrepreneurs in order to help them achieve their goals by connecting them to the Israeli ecosystem.
It's a 10-week hybrid program. We have 2 days in Switzerland, and then at the end of the program, 1 week in Israel.
We chanced upon a company in the US who actually are run by Israelis. Turns out that they had a lab here, so we knew that there was something going on in Israel that was related to what we do at Limula. And it was really that trigger of, oh, well, there's this program as well that came up at about the same time we were in discussions with them. This could be a way that we can catalyze making a relationship and come here.
We have heard a lot about Israel being advanced in food science, nutrient science, and also having a fantastic ecosystem for initiative, innovation.
Israel is known as a startup nation. Part of that is because it has the highest number of startups per capita.
There's also hundreds of multinational companies present with their R&D centers, with scouts, looking for the technologies of the future and innovative business models.
The local ecosystem here in Israel is ready to systematically connect with the startups. We see it in medical institutes where they are open to startups to come over and have clinical trials, and we see it with partnerships like other startups and other large corporates that are constantly and continuously systematically looking for innovation solutions that don't come from internal but from external sources.
I know there's another big reason why you actually really wanted to come here. Can we talk about it?
In a word, the food.
The food was amazing, way too much though.
Tahini, sesame paste.
Israeli breakfast must be the best in the world.
I was very surprised by the openness and starting with the culture. This is how we do business in Israel.
I thought that the meeting with the team of Healthy.io impressed me, the whole spirit of the place.
I really like the way that startups and VCs are actually presenting themselves into a very unofficial setup. It's very much of a conversation between the audience and the presenters.
I really like the fact that the CEO is working with a lot of young talents and gives them the platform to shine.
So regarding the Israeli ecosystem, what I learned is that embracing failure is highly appreciable.
Here in the program, we have been through many founders who had a lot of risky situations, and they failed, and they were pursuing their project. It was so hard. So I totally relate to that. I saw a human side of the startup.
As a Swiss startup, the likelihood of raising funds in Israel is low. Having said that, we know that every entrepreneur is going to face the challenge of pitching in front of other people. So this is why when we designed the program, we decided to integrate workshops on storytelling and communication skills.
The startups also had the opportunity to pitch in front of an audience of 120 people and in front of multiple VCs.
I'm not very good at public speaking at all, but we got a lot of help.
The decision to prepare this group for the presentation, the short pitch, the longer pitch.
I think having this pitch and having it now in the muscle memory somehow helps a lot.
I think that pitch night went very well for all of us. I learned a lot.
The amount of time that you allocated to the preparation, I think that was fantastic and really value adding.
I didn't have something like that before.
We dared to dream bigger than what we did before we came here. we got a lot of confirmation by having reputed researchers and institutes having interest in us and wanting to work together with us.
People we met through the program, through the official program, were already amazing, very well connected people. But we did do some homework to connect more.
For one of our compounds, we have a great touch with a pharma company established here, one with a hospital performing clinical trials.
I believe we're connected to 4 research institutions and with concrete leads, with concrete invitations, including a dinner invitation tomorrow night.
We met some really interesting people, very varied people from VCs, CEOs of incubators, interesting startup companies. It was an amazing network.
We also got in touch with healthcare authorities in Israel that might be also interested somehow to collaborate with our compound. It's still a lot to do, but the potential is here.
We connected to a startup promoter, to an accelerator that we look forward to staying in touch. We're very happy what we have achieved. That's exactly what we were looking for.
Also another thing that I was not expecting particularly is also the networking between the startups that moved together here.
Coming here, being in a different country actually with different culture, helped us to bond a lot, I would say. And then learning from each other experience was very, very cool and very valuable as well.
So I met people who face exactly the same problems as I do, and I could just ask them, how do you do this? How do you solve this situation? And they were very comprehensive, very direct to me, and we made very strong bonds. That's something that before coming here it was impossible.
We were really glad to be able to join this program, and we're looking forward to recommending it to the next members of the cohort. And yeah, go for it and enjoy, especially the food.
The Lean Launchpad is not just a program. If you're an entrepreneur and you want to join a community of Swiss and Israeli startups, we're waiting for you.